I'm David Skaith, the Mayor of York and North Yorkshire, and today we're in Filey speaking to the team who are doing an incredibly important job about measuring the amount of kelp that we have right here in this water. All along the coast of York and North Yorkshire and East Riding, we have lots and lots of kelp. Through our Net Zero Fund, we've helped support the Great Yorkshire Kelp Forest Survey. I've been speaking to the experts right here in Filey today to find out more exactly why this is so important.
My name's Heather Davison-Smith. I'm the Development Officer for the Yorkshire Marine Nature Partnership. So we're a strategic partnership that works across the Yorkshire coast from Skaith in the north all the way down to Spurn. And we work collaboratively with a lot of different organisations, charities, local authorities, regulators for the benefit of our marine and coastal environment. The Great Yorkshire Kelp Forest Project has been established to understand more about our kelp on the Yorkshire coast. So kelp is a really important ecosystem. It's brilliant for all sorts of different wildlife and habitats, but we don't know enough about where it is, how extensive it is, the health of it, and how it feeds into things like conversations around carbon neutrality, climate change, and habitat restoration.
I'm Rodney Foster. I'm the lead scientist on the Great Yorkshire Kelp Project. We're just coming to the final stages of the project now. So what we've been doing over the past 12 months is trying to work out how much kelp, that's these amazing plants that grow underwater from low tide down to about 2 or 3 meters underwater. And the reason why it's important in carbon capture is it's growing very, very quickly. It's a cold water plant. It likes taking up nutrients out of the seawater, and under the right conditions, this much material will be produced in about 3 or 4 months. That's the spring growth. We've got an estimate that certainly on the North Yorkshire coast, we're looking at something like 20 million individual kelp plants like this. So it comes altogether quite a substantial amount of carbon.
So this project has been funded by the Net Zero Fund in North Yorkshire with support as well from the Environment Agency and East Riding of Yorkshire Council and the North East Coastal Monitoring Programme. And we've been working together to understand all of those big questions around kelp and making sure that we are feeding that into those conversations about carbon net zero and understanding how we can support it going forward.
What we don't know is how fast they're growing and how much material we're losing off the blades and where it ends up in the North Sea ecosystem. Some of it actually drifts offshore and ends up stored in deeper water, and it's actually then taking carbon out of the atmosphere, out of the sea, and storing it deep down in the sediments, and that's the really important stuff. Some of it will end up on the beach behind us here, and quite a lot of it will end up being eaten by many, many different types of marine creatures that depend on the kelp forest for their habitat and for their survival. So the challenges have been mainly that the reefs and rocks around the Yorkshire coast are really, really quite difficult territory to work in, especially for underwater video. Very snaggy ground, very hard ground, large boulders. The kelp itself likely to catch the equipment and break the equipment. So we've had quite a few losses along the way. But we have captured hundreds of hours of really good, high-quality underwater video. So the losses have been worth it in the end.
So the information we've gathered through this project is really important and really vital for our understanding of the marine and coastal environment of our wonderful Yorkshire coast. It will really help us to identify where we can support the kelp ecosystem, where we can support the marine and coastal environment generally, but also what we might need to do next in terms of building that bigger picture of what it looks like under the sea, how wildlife move, how we can help to enhance that environment off the Yorkshire coast. Particularly with things like carbon capture, drawing down that carbon from the atmosphere and locking it into our coastal and marine habitats. But also things like habitat restoration, understanding how climate change might impact these habitats moving forward as well. So it's a fantastic bit of work and something that we're definitely going to build on in the future.
A healthy marine ecosystem is essential for us to achieve carbon negative York and North Yorkshire by 2040. Carbon is a major factor in climate change and extreme weather events, which impact our region with increased flooding and make storms more likely. I'm really proud to see how the funding we've provided through the Net Zero Fund is supporting the work the team over here are doing at the Yorkshire Marine Partnership. Their research in understanding the extent of our kelp off the coast and ensuring it thrives will shape the way conservationists think about marine nature recovery and how it can help us naturally lock away carbon.